Ethereum is the second largest crypto asset by market capitalization. Not surprisingly, it's closely watched by existing and potential investors. In this video, we'll present the price forecasts coming from different experts. Beyond these forecasts, we'll dive into how Ethereum works and the technology behind Ethereum. Let's take a brief look at the asset details before we jump to the Ethereum price predictions. Ethereum is an open-source platform that utilizes blockchain technology. It was created in 2013, specifically for executing smart contracts on the blockchain. Being a pioneer in introducing smart contracts capabilities, Ethereum became the core of Web3. The technology behind Ethereum. Unlike first-generation blockchains such as Bitcoin, Ethereum is programmable. The programs that run on the Ethereum blockchain are called smart contracts. Each smart contract is a collection of code residing at a specific address on the blockchain. When the predetermined conditions written in the code are met, a smart contract is automatically executed. The smart contracts technology contributed to the development of decentralized applications, or dApps, and stimulated the growth of the entire decentralized finance industry, or DeFi. A distributed computer called EVM, or Ethereum Virtual Machine, is responsible for executing smart contracts. An EVM is capable of processing the most complex operations programmed into smart contracts. The Ethereum Framework. According to Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, the project is a new internet with enormous possibilities and unlimited potential. Any qualified programmer can create his or her own application in the Ethereum network. The new network can be programmed to work according to a specific algorithm, thanks to smart contracts. And the system guarantees protection from crashes, intruders, censorship, and interference from centralized regulators. As a result, Ethereum can be deployed in a wide range of human activities. For example, it allows running smart contracts of increased complexity to manage supply chains, creating any type of application, NFT games, utility programs, and so on and so forth. Digitalized physical assets like gold, securities, precious stones, and industrial goods. Managing customer identification and document authentication services. And organizing decentralized trading platforms. And performing a great number of other functions. Now, let's talk about Ethereum 2.0. Ethereum 2.0 is a big update designed to increase the scalability of the Ethereum blockchain through global changes to its architecture. The update was called The Merge, which referred to the merge of the original Ethereum 1.0 mainnet and the new Beacon Chain's POS system. Essentially, that means that the Ethereum blockchain shifted from the POW, or proof of work, to the POS, or proof of stake consensus mechanism, which is more energy efficient. The update happened in a two-step process. It started with a successful update called Bellatrix on September 6, 2022. The merge itself occurred on September 15, 2022. The transition to the new consensus mechanism went smoothly, despite the controversy and conflicting opinions from members of the crypto community. What Ethereum 2.0 will change? After the transition to proof of stake, the Ethereum network miners were replaced by validators. Immediately after the merge, the complexity and hash rate of mining dropped to zero. No one is mining ETH coins anymore. At the same time, the energy consumption required to secure the network dropped by 99.95%. Ethereum's roadmap also includes the implementation of a technology called sharding. It's intended to increase the scalability of the blockchain. This upgrade will allow the Ethereum network to grow according to the workload, despite a significant increase in the size of the registry. The update is scheduled for 2023. The next step after sharding is the deployment of the new Ethereum WebAssembly virtual machine, also called EWASM. It'll allow different programming languages to be used to write smart contracts. EWASM is designed to make Ethereum more efficient, and eventually it'll replace the Ethereum virtual machine. Ethereum Technical and Fundamental Analysis. As of the 20th of December 2022, the Ethereum cryptocurrency ranks second by capitalization at $145 billion, only behind Bitcoin. The value of one Ether is about $1,190 per coin. Since November 2021, ETH has been following a steady bearish trend, just like the rest of the crypto assets. According to the technical analysis performed by the TradingView platform experts, most indicators show a neutral positive trend for Ether in the medium term. The main resistance points will be at the levels of $1,672.40, $2,016.20, and $2,586.80. At the same time, both local drops and short-term growth of ETH price beyond these values are entirely possible. A negative forecast of the Ethereum exchange rate for 2022 assumes a drop in the price below $1,100. Such a decline in the value of ETH will radically change the balance of power. In this case, the bearish scenario will prevail. In terms of fundamental analysis, Ethereum is the strongest asset on the market, with a huge number of professional developers behind it. The utility of Ethereum has significantly impacted the price of the ETH coin. Any transactions made on a decentralized finance or DeFi protocol, decentralized exchanges or DEX, derivatives, assets, and payment solutions built on Ethereum require ETH fees. In addition, the Ethereum DeFi ecosystem is dynamic and diverse, with the network accounting for over 55% of DeFi's total TVL segment at $31.23 billion. However, Ethereum's market share is gradually being absorbed by more modern blockchains. The transition to POS, the introduction of sharding, and further modernization of the network can possibly make things better for Ethereum. Although we saw a momentary drop in price after the merge event, in the long run, the network upgrade will make the ETH coin deflationary. The inflation rate of the coin has dropped by about 90% as fewer coins are created and more burnt. And this fact, coupled with the continued widespread adoption of cryptocurrencies, will favorably affect the price of Ethereum. Ethereum Price Prediction 2023. Ethereum developers recently concluded a meeting where they discussed on potential Ethereum improvement proposals into the Ethereum Shanghai upgrade. The Ethereum Shanghai fork upgrade is set to introduce a bunch of critical updates and changes to Ethereum in the blockchain's EVM functionalities prior to the actual release. The Ethereum Foundation released a pre-Shanghai testnet on the 14th of October this year. The testnet is known as Shandong, which will be used to test and finalize the Ethereum improvements that are expected to be rolled out on the actual Shanghai update during the release. If ETH finds steady rise in traders and investors, we can expect 2023 to initiate on a bullish note, which could drive up more alliances, adoptions, and investors. Wherefore the price of ETH could end the trade for 2023 at $1,866.79. However, on a bearish note, the altcoin could end its trade for the year at $1,522.72. That said, constrained by linear momentum, the average price might find its base at $1,674.91. Ethereum Price Prediction for 2024. The growing prominence of Ethereum could invite global recognition and roll out ETFs and spot ETFs. This could welcome a wider audience, which could push the price to greater heights. Materializing which, the coin's price could head towards its potential high of $2,939.04 by the end of 2024. On the other hand, if the bears outrun the bulls, the price might slump to a minimum of $2,411.36. Successively, an equilibrium in buying and selling pressures could land the price at $2,595.99. Ethereum Price Prediction for 2025. If the Ethereum ecosystem focuses on boosting its ventures, concentrating on new projects, developments, and partnerships to enhance the network, with newer updates related to Ethereum 2.0, like abandoning the proof of work, its scalability is up to the mark, and ETH 2.0 becomes user-friendly over the years. The price of ETH is anticipated to hit its maximum of $4,616.77. However, in case of a possible crash due to any possible regulations, uncertainty may cause ETH to fall to $3,796.66. That said, considering the bullish and bearish targets, the average price might settle at $3,966.59. But let me know in the comments what you think about all these price predictions. But that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, we really appreciate it. If you like this video and you want to see more, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And if you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for future videos, leave them in the comments section below. And with that, we'll see you next time right here on Alpha Finance.